Hello, I am John Najarian here at the NASDAQ MarketSite and delighted to welcome in Pete Wassell from Augmate. Pete, I know that privacy is top of the mind. It's a concern for everybody these days because of what's happened at Facebook and potentially what could happen at Google and Twitter and anybody else who has data. And Augmate, among other things, is right at the center of both privacy and this Internet of Things.
So we had started originally as a glass at work partner using smart glasses, and quickly realized, and we got started about 4 years ago, that companies didn't really have the tools or processes to deploy fleets of wearables. And so we built out a platform that enabled companies to do device management, user management, policy, security, over-the-air updates, that kind of thing. And we believe that wearables are a subset of IoT. And when you start to think about IoT, so number one, it's a $15 trillion market by 2030, okay?
Right.
So absolutely huge. And when you look at the sheer volume of devices, we're talking about 50 billion devices by 2020, quarter trillion devices by 2025, and 1 trillion devices over the next 20 years. Some of the sensors on these devices, they get pulled 200 times a second. So the amount of data that's created out of this whole infrastructure of connected devices is incredible. Some of the barriers to IoT, it's very lucrative for companies to get into IoT, but some of the barriers have to do with device management and security, and that's what we specialize in.
Can you tell us a little bit about how Augmate really uses the smart contract to make the magic that you guys do?
What we're building for is really what I'd characterize as the fourth generation of the internet. People won't be able to buy a piece of equipment, a device, an appliance in the next 3 to 4 years that's not connected to the internet, okay? Blockchain is a natural fit for a number of different reasons. So number one, our token is actually a digital license. It's a fractional license access token. Second thing is, internally, we had to figure out how to charge a customer. And so we use the token internally as a way, it's almost a point tracker, so that we could fair and equitably charge customers for our services. So it's about IoT health, device management, and security in this new era of connected things.
You just touched on health, which might be something like Fitbit or any of those kinds of things that are, again, a connected device, but a device that you'd like to keep that secure. You'd like to make sure that somebody isn't just harvesting everything you do and then saying, well, you didn't work out enough today, Pete. We got to bump up your insurance premium or something like that.
So take that example. So you could imagine, in the near future, and I'm talking the next 3 to 4 years, you'll have your scale that you step on, that's an IoT device, connected to your Fitbit, that's connected to your refrigerator, that's connected to your Nest thermostat. You'll end up having artificial intelligence that's actually analyzing the data to help humanity in this respect. We've got this background with wearables that are a subset of IoT that naturally translates into this human-centered design that we have. So we believe that humans are the ones that benefit from IoT, and they should be a part of it. So the way that they communicate is through wearables. So we did wearables really, really well with our platform. Second, blockchain makes a lot of sense because when you think about the number of devices and data, it's almost impossible to centralize it. So we're building in security from the beginning. We can run transactions between machines and machines to humans through a smart contract and essentially tag that data. So in other words, what device did it come from? Who had authority to do it? We could use it as a gatekeeper, and a number of industries and companies found that they could get upwards of 30% on their bottom line to be moving to IoT. Why wouldn't everyone rush to kind of do that? Well, it's these barriers that we're solving that's actually going to help transform people and move in that direction.
Pete, this is fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing it with us today.
Absolutely.
Folks, I've been talking with Pete Wassell over at Augmate.io. If you want to read more about it, of course, you can go on their website, Augmate.io.